Hey, J Bros popping in. We got the CRT rocking here. My main objective that I have just not done, and I've been mentioning to you guys, I've got to get into the rig, deep dive here. I had that hydraulic leak where my cap blew off that one time, but you can see how filthy this is. This is a good time to dive into this. Right now, today, it's probably -5 out, but I swear it feels probably like it's -100 out there because honestly, it's like a super, super dry cold. I mean, it is nasty. With that being said, I'm going to give you a couple things of what I'm going to do here. Obviously, I'm going to clean it up. I'm probably going to take my fan out because it's so cold here. It doesn't matter, and then it's just out of my way. I'm probably not going to put the second battery back in. There's just no point because I have that secondary battery just for the fan. So I'm just going to disconnect that for now. I'm going to try to just walk you guys through general cleaning of it. I will change the oil on this one. Obviously, you probably saw my oil change on the MX CRT23. This is the same process. So I'm going to change that. I changed the oil on this, I want to say, about 175 hours. So, yeah, so that'll be about 25-ish hours since I last changed it. I've got to find this hydraulic leak coming out of this control here. I've swapped some seals on it. It keeps leaking, and that's what keeps getting my muffler wrap here dirty because it should be this color, and the reason why it's this color is this. See that? Is leaking. I can't figure out for the life of me. So I'm going to try to get that figured out as well as get this whole thing cleaned up. But I'm going to take you along for the ride with that. It's probably going to be a little bit longer video. Feel free to, skip ahead or whatever. As I find anything interesting, I'll slow down and talk about it. But yeah, I'm just going to take you through and deep dive in here and show you up close.
Yeah, this is probably the I don't want to say least favorite, but least favorite part of kind of this whole process is just getting the nuts and bolts loose to get everything apart. And I will be, with all this dirt in here, I will be showing you my upcoming method to stop that dirt from coming in where the drive motors are at. I have the perfect material that's going to work. And once I put this back together, hopefully you guys will be able to follow suit and you won't have all this problem with having to clean all this dirt out of here. Because like I said, the bulk of this dirt, if not all of it, stems from dirt coming through the drive motors. So that's kind of that. Let's see what's here. Okay, I'm going to get this disconnected as I mentioned. That would be right here with the fan. Said I'll try to bring you along for the ride as best I can. Like I said, there's just not really much of a point. I'll leave the wires here. I'll probably just take and cover these, or maybe I'll just leave them because I don't know what. They're really not going to do anything because they're not hooked up anymore. I could leave the fan here, but honestly, it just doesn't need to be. I'm going to swing and grab a little cutter just so I can get it out of here. And like I said, it'll just give me more room getting the battery out and I won't have to fight it. Okay. I'm just going to get this cut out of here. And all I did to hook this up, if you haven't seen any of my videos in the past, just simple zip ties on there because I knew that this possibly wasn't going to be a permanent location for it. So I must have one more down there somewhere on the outside. Well, I certainly got it in there pretty good. There we go. There, that's all there is to that fan, and that could easily get cleaned off. But I definitely need this fan for the summer. But for the winter, when it's just darn cold, you kind of want the heat from the machine. So here's kind of what we're looking at too. You can just see that dirt in there. It's just bad. Let's see if we can't get in here a little bit. Yeah, and that was okay. Yep, and I just got to grab the drill with the drill extender to unscrew this main bracket off that battery. Yeah, and also comment down below too if you never want to see me make a video like this again, because these videos are not easy to make to get you up close and in here. But if you do like seeing this stuff up close, I'll continue to try to pump them out. Basically, there's a screw down here holding this main bracket on, hold this battery on, and one down there. And I just have to loosen those two up, then that bracket comes off, and then I'm able to sneak the battery out of there. Like I said, this is kind of tedious stuff, and to get you guys in there to show you what I'm doing is kind of a pain, but sometimes it's worth it if you can just kind of visually see. And this is the bit extender I got on my drill. You're not going to want to waste your time trying to do that by hand. And then magnetic tips. That's a big deal. And then the screws down there are a 10 mil, at least on my rig. And then here we go. There's the bracket out. There's the one screw, which, like I said, is a 10 mil. Like I said, everything in here is just absolutely filthy from that cap coming off. That was totally my own fault. I was just trying to do too much and think too much. And I'll just reiterate, this battery is tough to get out. Two people, no problem, because somebody can hold this one hydraulic hose here. One person, a little bit tougher. There we go. That thing is filthy. I'm going to quickly run across the shop here, grab a 2x4 for that battery to sit on because it's filthy. As much as you think you're prepared for this stuff, there's always something you need. So let's grab that wood block, put that battery on there. As you can see, just the filth on there. So that's one battery out, and see that hydraulic fluid that was sitting under that battery? Yeah, we don't need that in here. I'm going to go ahead and loosen that battery up. And yeah. You can see these ones here are those new quick tightening ones. It's a lot easier to get those off. All you have to do is pull the lever versus loosen up the screw. And I could link those down below if anybody's interested in those. I gotta get this out of my way. So that battery just slides right over. I might have to see how this one tightens up, but I hope you can see that. You just twist this. There. Gosh, it's just so filthy in here. I should have replaced this or taken this out before, but you know, I'm gonna have to get a screwdriver and pry on that. But then I would have had to shut my machine down, and I kind of needed my rig. Yeah, I think I should be able to get a flathead screwdriver. Okay, I ended up finding a cat's paw, which should work just the same, just to get it broke loose. There we go. Ever so slightly. Just needed a little pressure on it. A little bit of corrosion. No, that's not corrosion. That's just filth. Like I said, I like to keep this stuff clean. And this epic failure on my part. Okay, 2 batteries out. Honestly, as of right now, that is, let's just say, the toughest part of what I'm gonna do. Now look at how filthy. There it is. Just gross. Now the most tedious part comes. I need to dig all that crap out of here. I'm gonna throw some floor dry. I think one person called it kitty litter. I mean, it is kitty litter, kinda, but not really. It's just this little shop dry, so I can keep the stains down on my concrete floor. And then because it is so gall darn cold outside, I was able to get 2 vehicles in here. Unfortunately, my one truck has to sit outside, but that's pretty reliable out there. The diesel definitely does not like cold weather at all for starting. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to walk you through me cleaning this out, but I might just put it on times X speed. I'm going to get some of the battery cables up and moved out of the way. Yeah, and just start cleaning away. Now, I don't know if I should use gloves in here or what the heck. I know I'm probably going to need to get a pail in here. I'm going to snag some towels. So I'm definitely going to need to wipe that crap up. Yeah, I had just gotten the shop all cleaned up in here. Of course, all you do is you start putting snowmobiles in here, and then you start putting vehicles in here, and then what do you got? You got no space again.
Yeah, my goal is to get this thing mint in here. And you can see there all that dirt that's just packed up in here and there. Like I said, I've got a darn good plan to bat this going forward that I hope makes any mini skid steer owner out there take and do it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a tool and push it in from there. Yeah, while I was cleaning this out, I was dropping some dirt here. I'm like, ooh, I should probably cover that pressure overflow valve. But you can see right there how much of that junk I'm getting out of here. And I'm gonna get this thing so darn clean, it's gonna be brand new. And then I've been just taking this little push bar because I can't really get my hand in here, and I'm just pushing it that way. And that one will be kind of tricky too because there's a bunch of wires and stuff and things. I'll have to try to see what I can do there. But like I said, my main goal is to get this super clean. And then a couple people have mentioned maybe drilling a hole in the skid, so like if you pressure wash in here, the water will just come out of here. But yeah, looking pretty good so far. But look at that pile of dirt that I'm pulling all from back there. I know you guys probably don't care as much as me, but look at how clean I've got that. That will all just dry up here, and then what I'm going to do once that's dried up, hopefully I can shop vac that stuff up. But I should be able to do one more wipe and pass, and then I've got it cleaned up over to here. And like I said, that's going to be a little bit trickier, but what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to move it from there and get it over to here, because there's just too much stuff to get in there. But yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it for today. Yeah, I'll holler back tomorrow. I'll have my product to show you what I'm going to do to block that dirt from coming in where those drive motors are at. But yeah, I think this went pretty good. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. J Bros out.